the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Texas Motor Speedway. Here tonight, it is the second race of the first round of the playoffs. There is only one driver coming into the night who is safe, and that is Zach Mitchell. All the other drivers here tonight coming in are trying to find out, will they advance out of this round, or will they be going home after tonight? James Skelton, Trent Potter, Ethan Troutman, Brandon Feeney, along with Chris Hammett and Bill Benedict are looking great. The other drivers all right on the bubble. Tony Strano, Max Terriot, Michael Trevarthen, along with Jeffrey Souza, Jason Wells, and Richard Murdoch, all right there on the bubble. What do you say as it's time to hit that grid here tonight in Texas? Let's take the old two-step with us and look at our starting lineup. Starting lineup looks like this here tonight. Starting on the front row, he'll snag a pole. That is going to be Sean Single. James Skelton will start to his outside, and row number 2 will look like this. The number 6 of Chris Hammett will start P number 3, while Max Terriot will start in the 4th spot. 5th here tonight, we'll go to Michael Trevarthen with, how about the old civilian? It's the 01 of Richard Murdoch. He'll start 6th. 7th here tonight, it'll be Luke Logan Allen in car number 60. Alongside him, the number 22, that'll be A.J. Hamill. Ken Allen in car number 81 will roll from the 9th position, while Brandon Feeney will start car number 38 back in 10th. Starting 11th here tonight, that'll be Bill Benedict, and then how about Tony Strano? He'll start the number 3 in 12th. 13th, that'll be Joshua Buckley, and then it'll be the number 97 right there, T.J. Henson. How about the driver that'll start back into the 15th spot? That will be Jeffrey Souza, and then Anthony Yankello right alongside him. Starting 17th will be Ethan Troutman with the BC, number 45 and 18th. 19th to go to the alien of Jason Wells, and it'll be Bruce Potter back in 20th. 21st then will be part-time Eric Stout, along with Zach Mitchell. Mitchell, remember, picked up the win last time out, so he is locked into the next round. Trent Potter will start 23rd, while Tim Combs in 24th. 25th here tonight to go Bob Higgins, and Scott Duncan will round out the qualifying field. 13 rows, that equals 26 drivers here tonight. 90 laps the distance. Ready to go. This time out of turn 4, we're going to drop the hammer. 90 laps here at Texas for the Texas two-step. Here they come. Out of turn 4. Green flag into the air here tonight. Kicking it old school style with an old school overlay for you race fans. It's because we're in the throwback tradition here as Sean Single will step out to the early race lead. You see him out ahead of the number 86 of James Skelton. Chris Hammett right there trying to pull the outside freight train. Gotta love the Generation 4 machines, the ARCA cars, however you would like to call them here tonight at Texas. Lap number 1 and going to go to the number 11 here of Sean Single. Single will snag the first lap. You got to go back here to right around the Luke Logan Allen entry. He is running right there to the inside of the number 2 of Mr. Wiggle himself. That's Michael Trevarthen. 3 wide down the back straightaway. 3 wide, Trevarthen there in the middle. He had Murdoch to the outside, and he had Luke Logan down on the bottom side of the speedway. They were able to settle it out before turn number 3. High-speed corner down there in turn number 3. As we'll put another lap into the books here tonight. Sean Single putting up a fast lap time, that time out in front of the racing field. There you see him in the Cartoon Network. George Jetson on the front of that car. Gotta love these cars, the way they sound here going around Texas. Texas got a reconfiguration here a couple of years ago on iRacing. Everybody looking to single file themselves out. You got to go back here. You got to find Brandon Feeney in car number 38. He's running right there into the 16th position. There you see the Liquid Molly Feeney car, number 38 of Brandon Feeney. So what you're saying is Captain Speed back here. There's the 45, Captain Speed himself. That's exactly what I took out of that comment of Latin. Speed. Speed equals Ben. Ben equals speed. And Ben equals 22nd currently here. He's got Bruce Potter behind him, Trent Potter, so he's stuck in the Potter sandwich. See a couple cars up there in front of him side by side. I believe that is the 81, if I got my old spectacles on. The 81 passing up the number 97 to TJ Henson. So Ken Allen looking to see if he can continue his march through the field. There you see him on the bottom side of the speedway in turn 1. That is TJ Henson trying to rip the way outside up into the dust kind of things up in turn 1 and 2. Way out there. I don't think it's the quickest way around. One driver having a little problems down there. I believe that is the number 90. That is of Bill Benedict III. Benedict in the Lego entry, having some problems right up front of Joshua Buckley. Buckley got to go up the speedway there. He'll lose 1, 2, and 3 positions. Jeffrey Souza, one of the playoff drivers, getting through there. So as he's making his way through. Checking on a couple things here throughout the evening. Remember, we're kicking this old school style here tonight. This is the oldest overlay we have here for Red Light Racing. We brought it back here in the playoffs to see what kind of fun we can have. And what do I mean when I talk about fun here is we're on lap number 8 here tonight. Well, I've been with Red Light Racing race fans for as long as I can remember here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been, I want to say we go back to 2018 is when I took over the full-time calling here for Red Light Racing. Richard Murdoch, Joshua Buckley, and James Skelton brought me in. And, well, I thought, why not? Perfect time to go back to one of our first overlays we've ever had with the series as I talk about the countdown. Well, we have the playoffs left here on Monday night. That's how many races we have here on the Turn 3 Racing Network left, as my schedule has gone a little bit chaotic with my new job and the 2 little boys that I have now. So with that being said, at the end of this season here after the playoffs, I will take a step away. But first, we got to get through all this playoff racing action because here comes James Skelton as he works to the inside of the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Skelton wasn't happy enough with just taking the 2nd position. He'll work to the inside of James Skelton also. They'll look to take the race lead as they work down the back straightaway here this time by. It'll be 10 laps officially in the books. James Skelton trying to see if he can lead his first lap here of the evening. James Skelton came in 2nd overall in the championship standings coming into this evening. Now he'll lead a lap. He'll take a bonus point himself. He was just 5 points out of the top spot of the championship. That top spot is being held by Zach Mitchell, who is running 3rd. Mitchell was the winner last time we were out here on the tour. So Zach Mitchell not needing a win. James Skelton just needing a good run. One driver that is going to need a lot of help here tonight, I'm looking at it, and it is car number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. There he is. He's back there buried into the field, currently running into the 18th position. Coming into the night, Jeffrey Souza was 11th overall in the championship standings, and he has all his competitors right now out ahead of him. That is not where you want to be if you are currently the driver of car number 4. As you see him down around the bottom side of the Souza Media number 4. So as Souza tries to pick up a couple positions here. Looking at it right now, if I'm tallying it up, I'm using my feet, race fans, my toes, and wiggling back and forth. Yep, 1, 2, and yeah, he is outside the top 8 drivers. The top 8 is the cutoff here tonight. So Zach Mitchell plus 7 drivers tonight going to make it here out of Texas. There's the battle at the front of the field. It's Skelton, Mitchell, Single, Hammett, and Max Terrio at the top 5. Then it's Wells, Murdoch, Trevarthen, Troutman, and A.J. Hamill. You know, race fans, I look here at our old school overlay that we're using. I keep referring back to the old school overlay. I'm trying to figure it out. Here's the driver bar. Look, he's one of the only drivers that actually has a photo in this oldest overlay. And let me tell you, race fans, that is a young A.J. Hamill there driving that car. If that's the photo we have for A.J., we're going to pick on A.J. for that photo. And you know what? A.J. is going to message me probably tomorrow when he watches this one back. And he's going to be like, Roger, where the heck did you pull that old photo from? You got to like it. It's an old school photo for an old school feel here tonight. And A.J. has the Upstate logos on that car here tonight. A.J. not sure where he's from, Vermont, New York, upstate New York. I think he even might claim Canada, depending on the day. And there's only one true Canadian here. I say one true Canadian. It's just our good old friend here, Brandon Feeney. He's locked in a battle with Joshua Buckley back there as Buckley slides off turn number 4. Almost got into the Liquid Molly, number 38. Brandon Feeney is not the only Canadian in the field, race fans. And let me make sure that is clear. I don't want to hurt any of our friends from the North's feelings. There's 5 Canadians in the field here tonight, counting Brandon Feeney. Working lap number 16 here tonight. There you see the number 6 of Chris Hammett trying to get around the Cartoon Network number 11 of Shanika Single down on turns 1 and 2. He'll slide up, but look at Single. Will Single be able to cross over down the back straightaway? He'll get the nose right there to the one-time Burger Bar number 6, but he looks like he's going to lift going down to the corner. So Sean Single putting up a little bit of a charge, a little bit of a battle, and then lifted out of it. Less than 10 laps away from green flag pit cycles here. And so far, it is James Skelton still leading the way. The first 9 laps led by Sean Single. Now Sean Single has fallen back into the 4th running position. Sean Single, 2 seasons ago, I believe it is, if I got my math right in the notes. 2 seasons ago, Sean Single took some time off of full-time racing here on a Monday, as Sean had to go through a procedure for his back and just was not able to climb behind the wheel of his sim rig. Yes, I said was not able to climb behind the wheel of his sim rig. That is right, race fans. It does take a little bit of effort for some of these drivers to go ahead and climb into their sim rigs, their sim chassis, if they will. I have an R seat behind me, a racing seat on top of a chassis, and I can tell you, if you want to sit down to race for an hour and a half like these drivers do here on Monday night and be competitive, because you have to be comfortable to be competitive, it's not an easy thing, especially if you have yourself a back injury. Let me tell you, I know firsthand what Sean Single was feeling just a couple seasons ago. He did make 2 starts in that season. Neither of those results were where the driver of that number 11 thought he were to finish. Just behind them, a battle back here. A.J. Hamill trying to hold off his teammate, the number 12. That is Eric Stout. There you see the Flow Racing number 12 of Eric Stout. He's currently running into the 10th position. Just 1 spot behind A.J. Just behind them, just outside the top 10, that's the number 2. That is Michael Trevarthen. He is running right there in the Great Game Bridge number 2 machine. And then there's Ken Allen behind him. Drivers peeling off onto pit road. Here comes Sean Single. He'll be the first one out of the lead group to come to pit road. That is the number 12 of A.J. Hamill. The number 12 of Eric Stout and the number 22 of A.J. Hamill. There you see those 2 Chevrolet Impalas coming down pit road, and almost a little contact there from the number 22 of A.J. Hamill to the number 12 of Eric Stout. They both come down. They both take their spots in their respective pit stalls. When does the race leader come to pit road? Here comes now the number 86. James Skelton will come to pit road. He'll bring everybody with him riding on board here. On board with James Skelton as he comes to pit road. There's the number 8 right behind him. That is Zach Mitchell. Nice and easy. A little too far there for the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Slides through his pit stall. That's going to cost him. Can you tell James Skelton was ready to go? Drop. The jack drops, and it will be James Skelton winning that battle off pit road, which your race leader is currently that man. Well, he's right there. There we go. He's on pit road, the number 62. Sorry, 42. The 62 was dropping the jack there. I'm telling you, it is difficult to use these old overlays. How did we use them back in the day? I have no idea. So where is James Skelton? He's coming right across the start-finish line right now. And there he goes, blowing by the number 42 of Max Terrell. So James Skelton will retake the race lead here after the green flag pit cycle. So it is James Skelton, Chris Hammett, Sean Single, the top 3 drivers. There you see them. They have broken away just a little bit. Zach Mitchell is back there running into the 4th spot after the cycle is working itself through. Richard Murdoch will pick up a position in that 0-1 entry. So Richard Murdoch now inside the top 5. The driver that lost a little bit of ground is the number 42 of Max Terrell. Terrell running back into the 7th position. He was sick at the time of coming to pit road, but he did pit 1 lap later than everybody else, so he should have a little bit fresher tires. Look at A.J. Hamill. He was able to pick up a spot on pit road also. I'm being told something happened. There is the number 4 machine down on pit road. That is Jeffrey Souza. Souza, we talked about it earlier on here in tonight's race. He was one of the drivers that needed to have a good finish here tonight. He was right on the bubble of advancing into the next round. So your champion will not advance, is currently sitting a handful of laps down to the race leaders. So your race leader currently being the number 86 of James Skelton. And Skelton trying to pull away a little bit here. Right now, he has worked up about a half a second race lead. So everybody coming. Trying to use this old overlay race. Fans trying to remember how to read the timing and scoring off this is very, well, clunky compared to our what we have nowadays. So your race leaders were down on pit road 5 laps ago, so we should be able to see them come to pit road 2 more times here this evening, possibly even a 3rd time, as here comes Richard Murdoch trying to make a pass there for the 4th position, and Zach Mitchell will just give it to the South Carolina citizen. Richard Murdoch and James Skelton a couple weeks ago, well, call it 1 week ago, was supposed to meet me down in Charlotte, North Carolina to go go-kart racing. As I was down there for the World Finals, I was also at Millbridge for the 600 shootout. And you want to know who didn't show up on race day to go go-kart racing? That's right, James Skelton and Richard Murdoch backing out of our event at the, well, it used to be GoPro Motorplex. It's now Trackhouse Motorplex. That's right, I can tell you, race fans, I got the photos. They wouldn't have been able to keep up with me anyway. Right now, nobody able to keep up with James Skelton. He's still out front, and he's extending that race lead that he has over the field. These 2 drivers locked in the battle. It's north of the border versus Pennsylvania. There is the number 79 Skyline Chassis, number 79, Anthony Yankello. Oh, Feeney going to get down on the apron. Feeney down on the apron, and he is losing the handle of that number 38. And how about Anthony Yankello? He just lifted up off the accelerator right there just so he would stay out of the back end of Brandon Feeney. Both drivers able to carry on, but boy, what a moment there for the number 79 of Anthony Yankello. That's right. Jeremy, he backed out, talked so much smack leading up to that, and then backed out, didn't show up. Messaged me about 45 minutes before we took the green flag down there in, well, I guess it's technically Mooresville. There's the number 3, Tony Strano. Strano making it into the playoffs this season. The second time the driver of car number 3 has made it into the playoffs. Didn't pick up a win this year, but was able to work his way in on points. Murdoch driving the wheels off that car, though. Just taking a peek at the points. Murdoch was the lowest running driver in the championship standings coming into this evening. 26 points out of the top spot. He would have needed to pick up, it looks like, 8 points here tonight. Number 3 of Tony Strano doing what he needs to do. He was the cut car. He was in the 8th position in the championship standings coming in. And right now he's having a little bit better of a night than Bill Benedict, who was ahead of him. He's ahead of Jeffrey Souza also. He's right behind Michael Trevarthen, and that's exactly where he needs to be. So right now Tony Strano is on the bubble. He is the cut car. Murdoch picking up another one, though. There you see the 0-1 now running into the 3rd position. I'm just looking through it. Looking at about 10 laps away from another green flag pit cycle. The Lego machine just passed up Joshua Buckley a moment ago. Now, something going wrong on the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. He's up against the outside wall, losing positions left and right. Not sure if something is broke on the number 13 of Joshua Buckley, but he's up just riding around the top side. You see the dirt flying out. That's how high he is. And I can tell you that is not Kyle Larson behind the wheel of the number 13 Sharpie entry. Looks like Buckley going to be able to possibly get it down to the inside here and get the number 13 to pit road. If there is something wrong to that entry, does it come to pit road this time or does he stay out? Looks like he'll come to pit road. TJ Henson also coming to pit road there, the number 97. Joshua Buckley hot to trot. So as those two drivers come down pit road, we'll see if Buckley's able to get back out there, because there's the race leader. It's now up to 1.1 seconds for the Flowertown Animal Hospital, number 86 of James Skelton. This is James Skelton's 244th career start here on a Monday night. He does have some select starts over on our Thursday night program that just wrapped up. Skelton's been able to pick up 36 wins over his career here in red light racing on a Monday night. Well, it looks like we're having a little bit of connection issue here, race fans, with the server. We'll see if we're able to bring it back here or what we got going on. I believe we may have it back. Are we back here? Does the truck have the satellite connection brought back up? I'm being told possibly. Well, we'll keep going like we got the connection here. We know there's been an internet problem here in the area of our truck lately. Well, hopefully it'll work itself out. One driver just went a lap down behind your race leader. That is TJ Henson. Henson does have fresher tires than your race leader. There's the number 97. James Skelton, that time going down into the corner, got the rear end all sorts of out of shape. It was each which way, and then gathered it back in. So it looks like the 97 will take one of his laps back, so that'll put TJ Henson now just one lap down. Yankello, Luke Logan Allen, TJ Henson all sitting one lap down. There's Jeffrey Souza. He is back. It looks like he had a network connection issue at one point. Looking at it right now, he is 2 laps down to the race leader. Only two other drivers that are laps down. Trent Potter is 3 laps down, and Joshua Buckley is currently sitting 6 laps down as he is down on pit road. One driver that has not had a fast car here after our qualifying session is car number 2. That is Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen running into the 12th spot. He's one of those playoff drivers that has to watch where he finishes here tonight. And now he'll come to pit road. Second round of green flag pit stops happening right here on lap number 44. Trevarthen hard onto the brakes. The car makes a left-hand turn. Almost puts it back into the boards there, but was able to gather it back up. Hey, nothing like picking up a position on pit road. The 81 of Ken Allen going a little bit slower than the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen wanted to go, so he'll take that spot as he enters pit road. Race leader, though, James Skelton will stay out. Same with Chris Hammett. Richard Murdoch coming to pit road. He'll give up a top 5 running position here on the speedway. Halfway home next time by. Doing the math, and they're still going to have to come to pit road at least one more time. So even after your race leader comes to pit road here, it's still a 2 pit stop race, so your race leader will make one of them right now. And hard onto the brakes. Same with Chris Hammett, same with Zach Mitchell. As they all came to pit road there, everybody getting hard onto the binders. So they went hard onto the binders. They got them woed up. Max Terriel is still out there in the number 42. It looks like he'll lead his first laps here of the evening. So bonus points to the number 42 of Max Terriel. He came in tonight below the cut line. Below the cut of making it into the next round of the playoffs. When was the last time we told you Max Terriel might, if he has a bad night, miss the next round of the playoffs? It's been a while. A 3-time champion here on Monday evening for Max Terriel. I believe it's 3. Talk about my notes that I always take, and then I always go to read them, and then I have them, well, all sorts of crumbled up, moved around, and not ever correct. The driver that'll look to take the race lead, it's the old civilian. Car number 01, Richard Murdoch, the driver out of Summerville, South Carolina. Now the new race leader here just after the halfway point, after green flag pit cycles are through once again. All these drivers have been to pit road at least 2 times here tonight. A couple drivers, like Jeffrey Souza, have been to pit road 3 times. Souza is still running back into the 22nd position. Trent Potter also having a dismal night for him in his entry. Both drivers in the playoffs. Trent Potter came in running 3rd in the point standings. He had himself, well, let me do the math, a 14-point lead to the good. And now tonight, with him running back in 21st, it puts him just on the outside, trying to look in, trying to scratch and claw his way into the back end of the playoffs. There is the number 18 of Trent Potter. Just doesn't quite have the speed here tonight that he would like to have in that number 18 entry. One thing about Monday night series here, you gotta be good, not just with the Cup car, not just good with the Xfinity car, and not just good with the truck. You gotta be good with this Generation 4 Cup machine. A lot of horsepower up underneath the rear wheels of these machines. And now here comes Trent Potter. He'll come to pit road once again. This will be the third time that Potter has brought down car number 18 to pit road. Murdoch is still the race leader. Uh-oh, hold on to her, Luke Logan. The youngster letting it all hang out for all the goldfish he has in the Cracker. Well, I was going to say the Cracker Jack box, but that is two different brands, the Goldfish and the Cracker Jack. Some of these kids that are out here watching tonight probably don't even know what a Cracker Jack box is. I'm sure they know what the Goldfish are, though. Ho, look at Brandon Feeney looking like he's Superman coming up there. They're bringing Bill Benedict also right along with him. There you see Feeney. He'll go to the inside of TJ Henson. That is a pass for position. Here comes Bill Benedict. He'll take the Lego Technics entry right down there to the inside through the dog leg here on the front straightaway. Murdoch still out front by a second deficit over James Skelton. Only one driver off the racetrack here tonight. That's the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley off the racetrack. Let's take a look here. Michael Trevarthen for the first time has cracked back into the top 10 here since the drop of the green flag. See the driver out of Florida. Started up into the 5th position. Fell all the way back to 17th at one point tonight. See how far Michael Trevarthen can run to here tonight. Been a quiet night for the number 64 of Wells. Wells just silently closing in on the top 5. Wells came into the night running 12th in the championship standings. Needs to have himself a whale of an evening. Collect as many points as he can by the time the checkered flag flies here tonight in Texas. Tonight's race is brought to us, race fans, by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Checkered Flag Auto Supply located in Ayer, Massachusetts. Your family-owned and operated auto parts store. 20 years in operation up there in Ayer, Massachusetts. So race fans, make sure if you're in the Ayer area, you stop by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Just stop in, say hi to Bob and Rob. Josh might be there. A good group of guys. 36 laps remaining here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway. Your race leader, the driver out of Summerville, South Carolina. There he is, the old Richard Murdoch entry. He's out front. And he's been able to hold James Skelton pretty much at bay there. And I'm looking at it, everybody took 4 tires, so it's not like anybody took a 2-tire stop and dropped the jack and tried to get an advantage here. Everybody still 4 tires and Sunoco Racing Fuel is what they put on. This time by, we'll go with 34 laps remaining here tonight at the Texas Motor Speedway. You are watching the Red Light Racing Scrambler Series here tonight. It's the second race of the first round of the playoffs. You got to be in the top 8 here tonight if you're a championship driver to advance to the next round. If you're outside that top 8, well, sorry, show up next week, but you're not racing for a championship anymore. There's the top 5 drivers at the top of the screen as we're running here with just 33 laps remaining here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Is your favorite driver in the top 5? If not, they still got plenty of laps in another green flag pit stop cycle to get through. There's the number 4. We keep coming back to the drivers that are having some hardship nights here tonight at Texas. Souza still running back into the 20th position. And you can see he's been into the outside wall a time or two. One car just behind him, I believe that was, well, I'm not sure. Might have been Luke Logan Allen right there behind him. Got a little piece of the outside retaining wall. Trent Potter still hasn't been able to make up much ground. He's running back to the 21st position. He has passed the number 59 of Bruce Potter, but that's only 1 point. Bill Benedict, also one of those championship playoff drivers, outside the top 15 here tonight. He's running into the 16th position. Sounded like as he came through there, kind of lifted out on the throttle, pushed the clutch in, trying to get as much fuel mileage as he can out of the Lego Technics entry. There's Brandon Feeney, and I believe Luke Logan Allen is on pit road. There he is in the Goldfish Dodge. Here comes Kent Allen. He's coming down pit road, sitting just behind them. That's the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Here comes the race leader, and just like that, as we paged back, there's James Skelton knocking on the back end of that 0-1 of Richard Murdoch. Not quite to the time where they need to come to pit road. Your race leader has been out there for 16 laps on the tires and looking about like he needs to go another 6 laps before he can come to pit road. Here comes the 86 to the inside. South Carolina, stand up. It's your 2 drivers here tonight in the field going for the race lead. Here comes the Fisherman. It's the captain and the first mate, both drivers having themselves fishing boats down there. As now it'll be James Skelton going back to the top spot. So now with James back out front, leading Richard. And then it's Mr. Hammett and Mitchell. Max Terriol is right there too, so your top 5 not very far apart. You have to go back about 3.5 seconds to find. That is the number 11 of Sean Single. Single sitting back there in the number 11. He's running 6th, having himself a good night with the George Jetson entry. He's got the alien of Jason Wells just behind him. Here comes the 18. That is Trent Potter. This is not a battle for position. Remember, Potter a couple laps down, running back there into the 21st spot, so that is not a spot for position. Ethan Troutman in his Reese's entry, number 62, sitting there into the 8th spot. Michael Trevarthen back just a little bit farther, running in 9th. And then Tony Strano just there coming into the picture frame. He's back there. He's inside the top 10. Just behind him is Eric Stout and A.J. Hamill. Murdoch falling through the field. Now he's back to running 4th. It's going to be 5th here by the time they get down back straight away. Zach Mitchell also passing the number 6 of Chris Hammett that time in turn 3. They'll complete the pass out of turn 4. It'll be Skelton, Mitchell, Hammett across the line. That's how the top 3 look. And then it's Terriol, Murdoch, the top 5. Michael Trevarthen coming to pit road here. He'll join Sean Single, who's currently on pit road, and then he'll drag the number 3 of Tony Strano along with him. So this could be the final round of green flag pit stops here on lap number 25. Some of these drivers probably going to try and stretch it as far as they can. Who will be the driver out of the top running positions? Here it is. I talked about it, and Murdoch will come to pit road, drag those rear tires. He doesn't need them anymore. He's going to come down pit road. It'll be a 4-tire stop here in Sunoco Race Fuel, and then he will go the rest of the way here tonight. Couple other drivers down on pit road. That's Eric Stout coming to pit road in the number 12 entry. So Murdoch, the first driver out of the top 5 to come to pit road. Who will be the next one? There goes Mr. Speed. Ben coming out of pit road. Doesn't look like any of your race leaders going to come to pit road this time. Everybody staying out. Murdoch down and away. He'll try to rejoin the racing surface and see where he cycles back through after everything is all said and done. 23 laps remaining here tonight at Texas. Battle for second. Here comes the storm from the north. It's blowing in as the late race. Well, I'm going to say shenanigans start, but are they cheeky shenanigans? James Skelton looks like he'll peel off. He'll bring the 8 of Mitchell and the number 6 of Chris Hammett to pit road. A good race we've had so far here tonight is everybody staying pretty close together here, especially late in the runs. See AJ Hamill coming off pit road as these top 3 drivers coming down. They slide the tires, they're in their box, and now it is all going to be to the virtual pit crews. Right side tires done on everybody. Left side's going up. 1, 2, 3. Drop the jack and look at it all in unison. Everybody coming out just like they came into pit road. Looks like Max Terriot is down on pit road now. There you see the 42. He'll come for the final time here tonight, which is 21 laps remaining here. Bill Benedict going to lead a lap as he's now the new race leader. There you see the Lego Technics entry getting passed up by the number 12. That's Eric Stout. Stout is currently a lap down to the race leaders. Bill has yet to come to pit road, though, so as soon as Bill is able to come to pit road, it's going to shake things up just a little bit. Eric Stout currently running 14th. Murdoch should cycle this one back through as the race leader here tonight. He's got a little bit of a better gap this time to James Skelton. It's 1.3, but boy, is it getting chewed into very quickly here. It's Murdoch, Skelton, Single, Mitchell, Terriot, Hammett, the top 6. Ken Allen, Ethan Troutman, Michael Trevarthen, and Jason Wells. The top 10 drivers here tonight at Texas, which is 20 laps to go. It'll be 19 laps to go at the line for the race leaders. You see it, 19 laps remaining here tonight at Texas. Doing the Texas two-step here. A little bit of a wiggle that time through the center of 1 and 2 there for Sean Single. Single running in the 4th spot. Good run for the driver out of Boston, Massachusetts. Just saw a very odd photo of Sean Single back in high school. I'd love to share it with you guys, but I didn't cue it up here before tonight. I do remember it, but I didn't cue it up. Sean back in high school looking like one of those cool kids. I'd love to share it. Maybe next week I'll cue it up. And maybe even next week, since I said we're throwing it back to some of the old things that we've done here on Monday night, maybe I can even find that... Oh, I can't even remember what it is now. Sean Single had a video as he runs the high lane through 1 and 2. Max Tarrant going to get to the inside. Sean had made a video during COVID. I'm going to find it. He's going to watch this back, or his mom and dad are out there watching. They're going to tell him. Roger was out there talking about that video you made one time during the early months of COVID. Here comes the one-time Burger Bar, number 6 at Chris Hammett. A couple drivers coming to pit road. That's TJ Henson. He's coming to pit road with Luke Logan Allen. Murdoch's out front, but for how much longer? Because here comes James Skelton, and I can tell you, he is just chewing into that race lead like it is some Chinese food on a Friday night with some Netflix on. Riding on board here with James Skelton. Look at him, very smooth down around the bottom. Look at it. He's going to be right there off the corner. Battle for the race lead with just 15 laps remaining. Here comes James Skelton. There goes James Skelton. He does have, I believe, just a couple lap pressure tires also. Looks like about 2 lap pressure tires for the 86 of James Skelton. Here comes Zach Mitchell. It looks like he'll be able to two-step right underneath the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch also. So now it'll be Skelton, Mitchell, Murdoch, Terriot, Hammett, the top 5 drivers. Everybody's spread out here. Look at the battle, though, for the race lead. It is just 2 car lengths apart. These are the closest, though. Murdoch into the wall down the back straightaway. Murdoch must have heard some footsteps because he got it up into the outside wall going down the back straightaway all by himself. Here comes Max Terrill. Terrill going to take the 3rd position away now from Murdoch. So Murdoch falling from the race lead all the way back to 4th in just 2.5 laps. Michael Trevarthen coming to pit road here with just 12 laps remaining. Not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop or not. Looking at it, and this is his 3rd time coming to pit road, so Trevarthen will have fresh rubbers here with just 11 laps to go. Murdoch, remember, came in sitting the final driver on the chase bubble. Bill Bennett leads. Tony just below him. Bill Benedict would be into the next round right now if this were to finish here with what is now 9 laps to go. Who has anything left in the tank here? It's been a good race here tonight for James Skelton. Just wants to top it off with another win. He could pick up his 5th win here of the season. It would be the most out of everybody. Currently holds the most wins this season with 4. Looking to see if he can get number 5. Zach Mitchell behind him, not going away though. Zach Mitchell could pick up what is, well, a 3rd victory on the season for him. I think he has a license plate on that number 8, and I think it says Smalls. Let's see if we can ride on board. No, we're just too far away as we ride on board here with Max Terrill. You hear the tires starting to go away on the 42 of Max Terrill. Very, very good throttle control there. So 6 laps remaining here tonight, and James Skelton is starting to pull away here from Zach Mitchell and Max Terrill. Chris Hammett well back behind the top 3 drivers right now. Richard Murdoch has fallen even farther back. He's running 5th. There's the high 5 this time by at the flag stand of just 5 more rotations around the 1.5 mile speedway. And now Zach Mitchell gonna lose the 2nd position. So Mitchell will lose the 2nd spot to Max Terrill. Does Terrill have enough time with just 5 laps remaining to go battle with James Skelton? Max came in tied 8th overall. He was actually 4 points out of a transfer spot. With 4 to go, can Max hang on for a 2nd here or possibly go pick up a win? If you win, you lock yourself into the next round. It's that easy. So if you're Max Terrill, you don't want it to come down to points. You just want to go win. Three to go. We're doing it for Dale right here. 3 laps remaining. Here comes Max. He had a great run. I looked at the scoring and I looked back. Here comes Max Terriel. And boy, new race leader, car number 42. Max Terriel now on the top spot as he'll see the old popsicle sticks into the air. It'll be just 2 more times. 3 miles of racing left here in Texas. It's Terriel, Skelton, Mitchell, Hammett. And now it is Ethan Troutman, Jason Wells, then Richard Murdoch back in 7th. Sean Singles running in 8th with A.J. Hamill in 9th, and Eric Stout now running into the 10th position. We're going to get the white flag this time by Max Terriel. Wants to see the white flag fly. Oh! James Skelton pounding the outside wall as the white flag is out here tonight. It's the final trip around, brought to us by the Feeney call. It's the final lap. Brendan Feeney talking about him trying to stay on the lead lap there. He's running into the 12th position out in front of the race leader. But Max Terriel looking to pick up a win here to be his 3rd win of the season. To pick up his 61st career win, most all-time here on Monday night. Max Terriel will lock himself into the next round. Max come across the line first. It'll be James Skelton, Zach Mitchell. Chris Hammond to come across the line. Look at this battle back here. Is it going to be Murdoch or Single? It will be Murdoch and Singles out of gas, coasting across the line. A.J. Hamill going to beat the number 4, Souza, up against the wall. He's going to limp that car around, and unfortunately, he will not make it into the next round of the playoffs. There's your top 5 here tonight. Max Terriel, James Skelton, Zach Mitchell, Chris Hammett, and Ethan Troutman tonight. 2 drivers are safe into the next round of the playoffs. 3 drivers, I'm told, are now safe into the next round of the playoffs. Zach Mitchell, Max Terriel are safe, along with James Skelton, Chris Hammett, Ethan Troutman. All will move on to the next round of the playoffs. Everybody else going to have to wait to see how the chips fall. So as Max joins us back at the start-finish line, race fans, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here to Texas to wrap things up with our post-race show brought to us by our friends over at the Shiny Things Podcast. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Texas Motor Speedway here tonight after 90 laps of two-stepping around the Texas Motor Speedway. 26 drivers entered, One driver is a winner, and a handful of them are moving on to the next round of the playoffs. Let's head trackside here now and talk to the drivers that, well, were out there. Let's talk to the driver that finishes P1, who will lock himself also in to the next round of the playoffs. How about it, Max? You come in tonight outside the top 8, and you win to advance yourself into the next round.
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty much a go win or go home situation. There were so many guys around that 8th spot that could have gotten ahead of me. So, 3 laps to go. That's where it made it possible, and moving on to next week.
So now that we're moving on to next week here, because this race is over, we don't even want to talk about Texas anymore. It's done with. You saved enough fuel. You ran out front. What do you think now that you have fresh life going into the next round of the playoffs with 2 brand new tracks and cars?
Yeah, it's about not making any mistakes. And next week, I think at Fontana with the Xfinity cars, so it's going to be bumpy and it's going to be some tire saving also. But really critical, not make any mistakes to begin with, and if you can't win, go on points. But of course, it would be a bonus to win next week, or 2 weeks from now. Of course, we're off next week again.
Well, it's a good thing you told me, because I forgot all about having off next week again. Man, that Thanksgiving always throws us for a loop, huh? But hey, now that you're going to have the time off, you talked about headed to the bumpy track and this and that. Which one do you think you can win?
I don't even know after that. Where are we going?
Auto Club in Nashville.
We haven't run Fontana in a while, so I don't know how it drives with the new setups with these cars. But recently, Nashville has been pretty good for me. So off the top of my head, I'd say Nashville before testing any of the 2 would be my best bet.
Well, looking at your stats, I'd say Nashville's probably your best bet by far with the statistics we see here. But hey, what do you say, Max? Let's roll this red carpet out here. Let's hand you the microphone and say, well, one final time here tonight. Who do you got to thank?
Yeah, well, once more, thanks to you, Roger, for the broadcasts and the people at Turn 3 Network. Again, also to my fiance, my friend Max. Already got some feedbacks from them in the broadcast, so thanks to them and my dad. Always watching every week or every race week we get to run on Monday. And also a good race to James and Zach. They really ran hard till the end. 1 lap fresher tires also helped, and I didn't have to save on fuel at the end, so I'll let them explain how they feel about fuel. So we'll see you guys next week.
There it is, race fans. The storm from the north here tonight. Max Theriault will win and lock himself in to the next round of the playoffs. So he wins. How about another one of those drivers that had a good run here tonight, but also will lock himself in on points? How about it, James? The Flowertown Animal Hospital machine dominates here tonight, but late in this one, passed up right at the end.
Yeah, Roger, that's 2 races in a row that the lead has evaporated either on the last lap or the last corner. So the one 2 weeks ago, it was just a great move by Zach, and I was completely okay with it. But this one, I made a dumb mistake. I don't know, with 3-4 laps to go, I was trying to look at my relative, look in my mirror, seeing where the other guys are, and then for some reason I thought I was a half lap short, so I started saving like crazy to try to make up a half lap, in the last 2 or 3 laps, and then finish with 0.6 left. So pretty sure I would have got the win if I didn't make that dumb mistake. But I mean, the ultimate goal is we're moving on to the second round, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you are one of the drivers that will lock in the actual highest running seed that will lock in on points. So a reset coming here in a couple weeks for you. It's a couple weeks to go out there and test. I know you and your teammate do a lot of that testing. Now that Murdoch is, I believe, going to be, yep, he is, knocked out of the playoffs, is there going to be 2 cars testing for 1?
Yeah, I mean, Richard's actually, if this wasn't a fuel miles race, he actually had really, really good pace. So past 2 weeks, My teammate is looked really, really good. He just had a misfortune 2 weeks ago with a 3-wide deal, and then, this week or tonight, he was like 1 or 2 laps short and had to do a ton of saving at the end, and that's why he fell back. But yeah, he has a race to try to win. He has good momentum right now, but we'll try to put the time in. I hate auto clubs, so it's probably one of my least favorite, like, bigger tracks, 1.5 2-mile tracks. So I'll definitely have to put the time in, and ultimate goal is just to get a decent finish, and then I'll look forward to Nashville. That's one of my better tracks.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks. So who do you say, who's on this beautiful, it's probably one of my favorite cars to see out there under the speedway, so it'll be a shame at the end of the year when I don't get to see it anymore. Who's on the side of this good-looking ride?
Yeah, I got a Flowertown Animal Hospital, of course, on the car. Supporting my wife's vet clinic that she runs. I'll put this out there. The odds are pretty slim. People all around the country and, watching, but the wife, they had a 4-year-old bloodhound that the owner was going to euthanize yesterday because they didn't want to pay for seizure medication, but it's completely preventable. So one of her coworkers is just fostering it, but it's in an apartment. So if anybody wants to rescue a 4-year-old bloodhound, there's one available. I'm willing to drive it, pretty much anywhere to give this dog a really good home. So the odds are probably pretty slim on this to find somebody, but you just never know. It just takes one. So love supporting my wife's work, everything she does. My teammate Richard for, helping me out and just being a great teammate. All the drivers, it was a really good race. Don't have to talk to Josh. We talked about it beforehand. We got to figure out how to potentially eliminate these fuel mileage races. And Roger, thank you, and all our sponsors and fans watching, and we'll see everybody next week.
There it is. He'll lock himself in on points into the next round of the playoffs. The driver tonight here of number 86, that is James Skelton. He'll finish P number 2. Just one spot behind him. How about it? It's the number 8 of Zach Mitchell. Zach, you came into the night. You knew your fate. You knew you were good into the next round, but that didn't mean you weren't out here to pick up another victory here. This number 8 was fast all night long.
It was fast. I didn't plan on doing the fuel saving thing. I just was going to split it up in 20-lap segments and have a 10-lap run at the end. But I got about halfway through the first run and was like, hey, I think I can make it. And I was close enough to the lead, so I was like, let's go for another win. And not terrible at fuel saving, so it all worked out.
Talk about working out here. What did you need right at the end of this one as you found yourself there just within 1 second of the top spot? You had James there, you had Max right there. What did you need to go get that win?
I think I just fooled myself a little bit. I came out of the pits and I was a lap to the good, so I didn't save any gas at the beginning of the run. So as the run went on, I took a look and I was like right at it. So I lost my lap buffer. So I just started saving like halfway through the run, and it kind of cost me, I think.
Well, now that this round's over, Auto Club, Nashville, what do you think?
Auto Club should be pretty good. I like running that track. Hopefully it'll be a track kind of like how Homestead works sometimes, where we can run the wall. I like running the wall as the run goes on, but I like the Xfinity car in Auto Club. Nashville, don't like Nashville, and I don't know what car we're running, but I just don't like Nashville.
Well, hey, do you need any driving tips there?
Turn left and go fast, but that doesn't help me there.
Yeah, well, good. That's more advice than I had for you. Don't take any of the advice behind the wheel unless it's a dirt car. Then maybe I would consider it. But hey, this big track stuff, it's not not in my wheelhouse. That's why we leave you out there to drive it.
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody can do the dirt stuff. I'll stay away.
Well, hey, what do you say? We have an off week. Maybe I'll catch you out there on the dirt track. But until then, who do you got to thank for another amazing race here on Monday night and locking yourself into the next round?
Can't thank the guys at 4X Racing enough. It's fun to come out and race with a group of guys. Got some lifelong friends. Thanks to you, Roger, for putting on the broadcast for us. And the guys at Red Light Racing, of course, are putting the league on for us. It's always a blast.
Well, there you have it. He locks in via his win in the last race that we had here. So, with that being said, you heard from the top drivers here tonight. I can tell you, I have it, race fans. Do you want to hear who is moving on? I'm sure you do. So what do you say we give you the rattled-off rundown here of the drivers that are going to the next round of the playoffs? Zach Mitchell is in. He won. We knew James Skelton advanced on points. Ethan Troutman will go in on points. Chris Hammett, Max Terriot with his win. Brandon Feeney, Bill Benedict, and with a bad race here tonight, still having enough points to advance, it'll be Trent Potter. Trent Potter will move on into the next round. Wells, Murdoch, Strano, Skelton, and Souza all not making it into the next round. So, boy, what a race tonight was here at Texas. With Texas in the books, that means we head out west. We're going to go to California before we head back to Nashville. Auto Club on December the 2nd, Nashville on December the 9th, and then the season finale at Phoenix on December the 16th. So, race fans, for everybody at Red Light Racing, everybody with the checkered flag, Auto Supply, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, my name is Roger Muth, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's virtual show here from the Texas Motor Speedway. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.